Hi there. Today we're going to do adding integers. First, I'm going to review some vocabulary. Integers are whole numbers and their opposites. Addends are numbers that are being added. A sum is the answer to an addition sentence. Absolute value is the distance from zero. And opposites are integers that have the same distance from zero but in opposite directions. Adding integers with the same sign. If two integers have the same sign, add their absolute value. Give the sum the same sign as the addends. 5 plus 7. These integers have the same sign, so we're going to add their absolute values. The absolute value of 5 is 5, and the absolute value of 7 is 7. So 5 plus 7 is 12. Both integers are positive, so the sum will be positive. 5 plus 7 equals 12. Negative 3 plus negative 6. These integers have the same sign, so we're going to add their absolute values. The absolute value of negative 3 is 3, and the absolute value of negative 6 is 6. 3 plus 6 is 9. Both integers are negative, so the sum will be negative. Negative 3 plus negative 6 equals negative 9. Adding integers with different signs. If two integers have different signs, subtract their absolute value. Give the sum the sign of the addend with the greater absolute value. Negative 4 plus 9. These integers have different signs, so we're going to subtract their absolute values. The absolute value of 9 is 9. The absolute value of negative 4 is 4. 9 minus 4 is 5. Since 9 has the bigger absolute value, this sum will be positive. So negative 4 plus 9 equals positive 5. Negative 10 plus 6. These integers have different signs, so we're going to subtract their absolute values. The absolute value of negative 10 is 10, and the absolute value of 6 is 6. 10 minus 6 equals 4. Since negative 10 has the bigger absolute value, the answer is going to be negative. Negative 10 plus 6 equals negative 4. If two integers are opposites, the sum will be 0. This is called the additive inverse property. So negative 15 plus positive 15 equals 0, and negative 7 plus 7 equals 0. When adding three or more integers, add two integers at a time. So we're going to start with negative 11 plus negative 6. Because they have the same signs, we're going to add their absolute values. 11 plus 6 is 17. They're both negative, so negative 11 plus negative 6 is negative 17. Then I'm going to add my positive 5. These two integers have different signs, so I'm going to subtract their absolute value. The absolute value of negative 17 is 17. The absolute value of 5 is 5. So 17 minus 5 is 12. Since the greater absolute value is negative, the answer is going to be negative. So negative 17 plus 5 equals negative 12. My last example is 13 plus negative 3 plus negative 5. I'm going to start with 13 plus negative 3. These do not have the same sign, so I'm going to subtract their absolute values. 13 minus 3 is 10. This has the greater absolute value, so the answer is going to be positive 10. Then I'm going to subtract my negative 5. Again, these don't have the same sign, so I'm going to subtract their absolute value. Absolute value of 10 is 10. Absolute value of negative 5 is 5. So 10 minus 5 is 5. And we have more positives, so the answer is going to be positive. I hope that was helpful. Thank you. Bye.